That's what I said. You know, I saw on Twitter he said he was going to make his way down here, but we've texted a little bit about how it is being back here. But yeah, nothing about tickets. I'm sure.
What have you guys texted about? I mean, just you go back and talk about the shot or
A little bit. I
rivalry?
kind of mess with him a little bit, but no, we just kind of talk about how, what my situation is here with the team again, and just being a part of it all again. That's mainly what we talk about.
Okay.
Kind of being on two different sides of things as a player now, kind of embedded with this program as a coach. What do you miss most about not having this rivalry on the schedule in December?
It's hard to say, just because this is my first couple months with this job. I do miss it, obviously, when I was a player, it was one of the games that you always look forward to, just to see kind of where we're at as a team. That's one of the things, we didn't play Kentucky, we haven't for a while, but other teams on our roster have kind of given us the same atmosphere. A lot of the fans show up and root us on 100%. So we've had the atmospheres, it just hasn't been the Kentucky that we used to have. So just trying to stay focused and enjoy every game, and now we've got Kentucky, so we're just worried about them right now.
If you're a basketball czar, for example, do you think Indiana and Kentucky in an ideal world should play every season?
That's kind of one of the questions that was not really focused like that, but yeah, I mean, I think for the guys, you'd like for them to be a part of it. Just for me and the 4 years that we played, or 3 years, 4 times we played, that was just always something that you looked forward to. It was always gave you an extra burst of energy just to go out there and play against those guys and to play with the team that we had for IU. That's one of those things I think a lot of these guys would enjoy being a part of every year.
What made it different than other rivalries? What made that Kentucky rivalry different?
I think for us it was just kind of to see where we were at. It was not necessarily the beginning of the year, but it was right before we got into conference play. Kentucky kind of showed us, okay, how good really are we? And the first couple of years it was hard to base just because of where we were at as a program. But junior year and taking off from there, it just kind of said, okay, well, we've heard we're good. A lot of the media, a lot of the sportscaster guys, they're saying we're good. How good really are we? And so we just kind of based a lot of it for the guys, for us who played. We kind of just said, okay, well, what can we do against Kentucky? Because that'll kind of see where we're at right now.
There's also a little bit of a carryover from your high school days when you play Kentucky at the end, and then you come to Indiana and you play.
Yeah. That was kind of, playing against the Kentucky All-Stars. We had a couple of the guys who played for Kentucky at the time, so seeing them again and just kind of catching up and seeing how things were. At a basketball standpoint, it was more just friendship, like, hey, how are you, comparing, what are you guys doing compared to what we were doing? So, but yeah, it just kind of led into that, and we just played from there.
As far as your role on the team, some of the other guys were saying they think the biggest thing is you're kind of like a bridge. You can speak player speak, you can speak coach speak.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It's just kind of easy, when I'm kind of the guy they can go to and talk to, and you don't have to be so serious and just so focused in on everything. I'm kind of here just to kind of, like you said, I'm like a gap. I want to be there and tell you what's going on and where you need to be, but I also want to be a guy that you can talk to too. So on and off the court, we joke, we have fun, we do what we got to do. But when everybody lines up and gets inside those little those black lines or whatever you want to call it, it's all X's and O's, and it's all what you need to do. But I mean, if these guys have questions, it's nice to just go out and eat, grab a bite, and just talk basketball, and that's fun.
What's it been like for you to be back? To be part of it?
It's fun. A lot of it's fun. A lot of it's tough. Just to sit out there every day and know you can't get out there and even work out with the guys. It's been tough for me, but I've kind of found a new role. Being up there watching more film, it helps me, elaborate more with these guys. And they come up to me, hey, what does this guy do? Well, I watched 2 hours of film on him, so I can tell you. But I do miss the, strap some pads on and let's go out there and play. So it's been give and take, and it's been fun.